Hi, Carla. Thanks for joining me. I'm gonna wait a couple minutes before I start. Glad you could make it. So, we're gonna be doing this wreath right here. It has 200 LED lights on it. I get my lights from Walmart, and it's already, already got my mesh on. I used 3 different meshes to give me the purple and the pink, and this one has like pink and red. I really like this one. It's really kind of a cheap mesh, but I like the colors in it, and the white. And I did, I think they're like about 20 inches that I cut, and I did like a couple ruffle, just gathering it together, put it all over for my base. And I really like, I think mesh is really pretty, so I always like to let some mesh come through my stuff. I just don't like it where it's, you cover all of it up. I like the mesh part. So what we're going to do is we're gonna, this wreath is gonna be about the bow. So we're going to make a big bow to go into the middle of this. And that's what I'm gonna start out on. I'm gonna do my tails probably about 16 inches. And I'm gonna gather it. Um, 16 inches, and I'm just gonna gather it up. Dump it, and I'm gonna twist it, and I'm going to make these, I'm gonna say about 16 again for my loops. Just gathering it up, bring it together. This is a Ferrosilk ribbon, and it's got this like a lilac going through it, and it feels weird because it feels like it's wet, but it's not. Hi, Linda. Glad you guys can make it. We're making a wreath, and I'm doing my bow first because my bow is going to be the big part. It's going to be the biggest part of the whole thing. And I'm going to go once again and do 16. So the loops will be around 8 inches. Let's flip this over. We're going to bring it up. We're going to do 4. I'm doing 4 loops of this because this is what I want to be in there. Okay? So I'm going to do forgot to twist it. I'm going to twist it, then you're going to bring it up, and we're going to make another one. We're going to do it the same size because it's not going to make any difference. These are going to go 2 on each side. So we'll go the same distance, and then I'm going to scrunch it in and make sure that I got it even. And then, hi Cece, hi Linda. Glad you guys can make it. And we are going to do, this is our last one. And I'm going to bring this down because I'm going to have these hang. So we're going to cut this off. And I think I did these around 16 inches too. Then we're going, this is another Ferrosilk, and this is a hot pink. And this one is called a pleated. I really like this mesh because it's very sturdy. This one is very sturdy too. And we're going to give the loop about the same size, which was around 16. Let's see if I can hold all this in my hand. It's going to be a pretty big bow. So I want these to kind of dangle down. And I'm going to add it to this, and I've got, if you can see, I hold it with my hands like this, and I'm going to turn it. Now I'm going to bring this down a little bit shorter, so we're going to go from probably down to maybe, let's see what 14 looks like. Only because I'm using, 14. So we have this one at 16. We're going 14. the one ribbon I have is a little bit thinner, and I don't want the loops to be too big because it's a Walmart, or no, it's a Sam's Club web ribbon. And I really like it, but it's just a little bit thinner. We're only gonna do 2 of these. And we're gonna bring this down and make it the same length. Around 16. Okay. Now this is the Walmart, and I don't remember when I got this. I don't know if this was from Easter or if maybe it was Christmas last year. I can't remember. But it's like the perfect color. But it's a little bit thinner, so I don't want my loops to be too big because otherwise they're going to be all floppy. So we are going to give this one a little bit of length. I'm not sure if I'm going to keep it at that length, but we're going to give it to it. Yeah, this ribbon is very thick. This is easy, but this one here, because it's got this, it's not really, it's glitter, but it is got like a surface to it over top of it, like a glue. So it's not like, it kind of gets, it feels sticky, but it's not. So this, we're going to go down a little bit. So we're going to take down maybe an inch more. Let me measure that. Yeah, we're around 12. So we got 16, 14, 12. And this one, I think, what I'm going to do, I might do 4 loops on this. And let's make sure we got, yep, the right size. So let's twist it again. So when you're twisting it, you're going to have your downside looking at you, and then your good side's going to come up. And we're doing it around the same size. So that was 12. If I can get my finger on it. Yeah. And I would have actually tried to do this in a bow maker, but I don't know where I put it. I haven't used it in a very long time, and I don't keep it up here, and I have no idea where it's at. Because usually I use, 3 ribbons in my bows. Okay, I've got 2 on each side, and now I'm going to bring this down the same length, but I'm not sure if I'm going to, I'll probably end up cutting it. But I won't know until I get it all together. And then we're going to use this velvet for like a little knobby do in the middle of it. And this is going to be, push this over here so I can get my finger out there. We're going to do this one, because I'll probably curl this. I'm going to go, see, I'm doing 16, so I am going to go like 12 inches with this. And then I'm going to twist it, and I'm just going to put 1 loop in the middle, and then have it the same length down here at the end. So this is our bow so far. Now I'm just going to take it around. I'm going to use one of the ties to tie it in. And we're going to anchor this in to our frame of the bow. Get this in there. Try to turn that one there. It's really, if you can keep your edges of where your loops are at, where they're straight, it's much easier to pull it all apart, I find. So we're going to start with pulling one over here, pulling one over here. Get this a little bit tighter so I can yank on it and it won't all come apart, because with that coating on this glitter that they have on this one, it kind of makes your ribbon want to stick when you're pulling it all apart. I'm just gonna yank on these, pull them apart so that I can get this kind of situated. So how's everybody doing? What are you guys doing? Hi, Carolyn. We're gonna make a real pretty wreath, a real glammed up pretty wreath. Because I found all the stuff that I bought. I think I bought it. I think I got a lot of the stuff that I have, the ornaments and stuff, they're from when I was stuck in Missouri. And I got them at Cracker Barrel. And I have not used them yet. So, I thought, this stuff is too pretty. And then I found, it all started with the ribbon. And we're going to cut this down a little bit here. And then we're going to glue it. Glue the edges, because this is a velvet and it kind of frays when you try to put a dove's tail, or if you even cut it sideways. So I'm just going to glue that down so that it will lay nice for us. See this, I really do love this ribbon. I wish I could have found someone a little bit stiffer, because I just love the color of it, and it's just really pretty, but it doesn't, you can't make your loops too big with this, because otherwise they're not going to stay up. They're just going to always be falling because of the thickness of it. So let's get this through here. Let's tie this off. Kind of tight. Hey, Susan. And I love this ribbon. I have another one that has green and pink and red. I gotta make something with that too, because it's just so pretty. Pretty, pretty, pretty. Alright, I'm going to take this over here and we're going to put on, set that there, we're going to take our, and as I said, I have like 200 LED cool lights on this. And this has I have a bar in the back where we're going to hook, you can see a bar in the back that I put from here to here across, where I did put some mesh through, put it through here so we can anchor our bow, because our bow's going to be in the middle. Thank you, CC. Push this over just a little bit so it's beyond that, so I can anchor this in. And I want this to be in the middle. And I love luscious bows. Yeah, I think I'm going to cut these ones off, and these will be in. So we are going to take this, I'm going to take the tie here, put it through the bar I put up here for this to anchor it in. And the one thing, if you're gonna put lights in, you put your mesh on first, and then you, that's when you wanna put your, over your mesh, because if you don't, if you put it on before, if you put it on the evergreen before, it's going to just take it and it swallows it. You aren't gonna see anything. Okay, let's get this right. No, I don't know why it's not going through. There we go. Okay. Okay, that looks about right. I wanted it to be like in the middle, coming over. Okay, this is in position, and the other thing I want to do down here is I want to get my two ornaments that I'm going to have that are like the main attraction, kind of. So I'm going to put one on this side and one on this side. And I'm going to show you how I do anything that's kind of big to get it on there and it where it will lay nicely. You know, a lot of times people will take objects and they tie them in first, and I find that if you take the object and glue it in first, it seems to lay much nicer. And we're just going to dovetail these. Let's see if I can do this one without splitting the glitter coming down the middle of it. I did that when I was making one before to see how I liked it. Like, okay, that ain't gonna work. Okay, these are the two ornaments that we're gonna use. I'm gonna be putting one on this side and one on this side. I think constantly I need to have myself to do that, or I'm never going to get it right. We'll put it up here. Let's get our bow up here. Pull it out. So, now when I get ornaments like this, I always glue the top on because even if it feels like it's secure, it's like the first thing it's going to go. I want to put one up here, and then I'm going to put one down here on that. And try not to, one important thing is try to put a little bit of mesh down so your lights don't get gooeyed up. Because even when the glue, I mean, I've never had it, and I use lights in everything I make for Christmas. Even if you get glue on it and it kind of sticks together with stuff, it doesn't make them, you know, unless you harm the wire. So I'm putting that right there. And then I put a little bit of wire on it. I cut off what was on there. And then I'm going to find one of the evergreen ties, and I'm going to wind this around there with that to make sure that it stays nice. And then we're going to put one over here. So I think we will go in. I'm going to try to tuck that in there and tuck some of that mesh down there. Now I put it in like sideways. So I'm going to put all my glue on this. And these were from Cracker Barrel, but it was a few years ago. So when I got stuck in Missouri, I went shopping everywhere I could. And I did end up buying a lot of stuff from Cracker Barrel that year because they were really, they already had their Christmas stuff in Missouri done. Hi, Rhea. I haven't seen you in a long time. So we're going to tuck this in over here. Then I'm going to look in here for one of the ties. And then take the wire and anchor that in. And you can even, you know, take it and you could even, if you're not sure, anchor it to the frame. I'm going to cut this one down a little bit. I cut this one down a little bit. This one down a little bit over here. Okay, now I have got it's like a glitter branch. I got these from I have a nursery that sells fair silk and all that kind of stuff. And I purchased, they had a sale, and I went over there because I was expecting something to come in today, but glad I went there because it didn't. I'm going to, I cut up a, this is how it comes. There's usually 3. I did find one that had 4, then I found one that had 2. And I'll show you how I cut this up. And this was $3.99, and then it was 35% off. So it's a pretty good buy. So I'm going to take it. There's 3 branches. I'm going to cut these. I'm going to end up with 6 pieces. So I'm going to cut it here to get my 2. And so I think I have a total of that we're going to put all the way around it. 6 branches. I thought I bought more, but maybe not. And then I'm cutting this, see, just pulling it down, looking at it, you know, and see where about the middle is and where it will make it look like it's actually 2 cuts. So then you can just push these 2 together so that makes it 1 cut. So we're going to move this over my top here. And I'm going to go around, all around the edge of this with this silver branch. Kind of fill in and try not to hit all of the lights that are in there. I did find some, I went through all my stuff and I did find some silver leaves that I wanted, you know, because I couldn't find them anywhere. I went to At Home, they didn't have any. They said they had them, but they didn't have any. Let's plug this in so that I can tell, see if I blow something out. And we're just going to put these evenly around here. I'm going to try, I want to try not to go bigger than what my base is because it's already big, and I did push this together so it'd be oblong a little bit. So that it doesn't get too big. Because I have a habit of making things too big. And as I said before, I don't like to cover up all my mesh. I think that mesh is, I mean, I know it's my base and all of that, but I think mesh is pretty. I think it's pretty in the designs, you know, so I don't really just cover it all up. I like for the color to come through. I think it just adds another texture besides everything that you got going in it. And you know, I mean, I think it's just, it's all your choice, your preference. That's my preference. So what are you guys up to? Anybody making anything exciting? Can I zoom in a little? There, is that better? I can probably move in a little bit. How's that? Better? Is that better? Yay or nay? Yay? Okay. Okay. Don't let me lose my train of thought because I won't be able to find myself. Remember what I'm doing. I don't even know what I was just talking about. So what is everybody doing? Anybody working on something really cute? Sort. Got some cute things. I got some different things to go in here. This nursery that I have, that I go to, they carry a lot of Regency. They carry Fair Silk, things like that. And you know, more exclusive products, but they have, like, they had their open house, which I forgot they were having it, but they had it Thursday and Friday, and then they all their product is on sale, and they had all their flowers and all that kind of stuff, like 35% off. And then when Thanksgiving comes, they always have they mark everything down. It's either 20, 35, whatever, and they have really beautiful things. And they also give classes, which I think is really great, where you can go and take a class there by their designers, and they have it for they do garland, they do a wreath, they do a tree, they do a centerpiece, they do a natural centerpiece, or then they do a artificial centerpiece. And it's only like $10 per class. It's like unbelievable, because then you're here to get some ideas. Okay. For me, and it's, you know, because they know that you're going to buy their product. But they have on display, they have probably 15, 20 just the most gorgeous trees you've ever seen, and fireplaces, and, you know, decorations that they do there, because they really do a beautiful job. I wouldn't mind getting like a little part-time job there in the holiday season, because they make some really, they work with really great product, and their stuff is just really, really gorgeous. And those classes are, that's really cheap. But then again, you know, they know that people are gonna, you know, buy their product, because that's what they're showing. So I buzzed over there, missed the classes, and I had to go. Yesterday was the last day for the 35% off, and then they won't have anything on sale until around Thanksgiving. And I was supposed to get a delivery of something today, but of course it didn't come. And so I went to see what they had, because you'll find, although the one thing that what they showed, which I was kind of surprised. Okay, we gotta spread these out more, because I don't think I have any more of these. Is that they did a lot of natural looking trees. You know, because usually you go there and you'll find like just really different colored trees that are all done, and they're just beautiful. But they had a lot of, they used a lot of greenery in the trees, and they used a lot of you know, snow in the trees. And I mean, it was a little bit different from what they usually show. It was, you know, of course it was beautiful now, but they didn't have a lot, you know, like they had a red and white one, and they had some red ones, and they had a gold one, they had a silver one, they had a blue one, but usually they'll have like, oh, they did have a pink one, they did. But I was kind of surprised that they didn't have the variety of colors. And I think there's like they had 3 stores, not 4 stores in Michigan. Now, I got like 3 left, so let's see where I need some. So let's looks. And this one piece, you know, they do that when they do those trees there. They design those, and they normally, you can't. I found this one pick that I really liked, and you can't take things off the trees because they sell the trees whole. You know what I mean? Someone can come in there and say, I like that tree and I want everything on it. And there was this pick, and I couldn't find it anywhere. I'm gonna save this piece, because then I'll see if there's a piece that I need to. I need one spot, so I'm leaving that last one. Now I'm gonna put in 4 jewels. These jewels, I think I got these off of Amazon. They were quite cheap. They were like 20, well, I don't know. I mean, I don't know. You can get, you can get it anywhere now. So these were cheaper than, these were not, because they're lilac or lavender, and that's a new color this year. So these were quite, I got these from GM Design. I think they're like, for a set of 4, they were like 40 something, but then because I'm in a group, I got 30 off. But still, compared to what you can get them for now, kind of expensive. I mean, I have purple ones, but I didn't have any, I couldn't find these anywhere else. But like Walmart, you can get them, I think Walmart's got them. Now I'm going to take these, I've glued the back of it, and I'm going to set it in here on top of that. And then I'm going to find a tie somewhere in here to anchor this little booger to. Let's turn it this way. I got ties over here. And I'm just going to pull out one of the ties here, and I put the silver wire on it, and I'm just going to anchor it to it. And I might anchor it more secure, where I can anchor it longer to the frame. But I'm just going to tie it around it, and then I usually just like crunch it down. So we got one there. So I'm going to put after I get it all together, then I'll fluff out my bow a little bit more. I actually would have rather had this one up there, this one up there, and that one down there. Why, W, why? Let me see if I can get this off. Yeah, I can. Okay. I want this one up here. Okay. Home Goods, I know everybody's got them, but the lilac ones I've not seen anywhere. Jam had them. I've seen them somewhere else, but they were, they're more money because this is their first year out, I think. See if I can pull one of these out. And I'm just wrapping it around evergreen. And then I usually just take the tip of it and turn it in. Okay, now we're going to put this one down here. So we have like, kind of a universal look here. I got a really good price on these a couple of years from Wonderland something online, and I like the smaller ones. The bigger ones, I just find them. And what I'm doing is I'm pulling some of this out so that I can smush it into it. I think it was Wonderland. They had them really, really reasonable. And that was before they became popular, where everybody was selling them. And I like the smaller ones because I like how you can, use them like ornaments. And that's usually what size I buy. I found the bigger ones, I didn't use them as much. I don't know why. I found them sometimes hard to get in, And I also found another place that had them really reasonable. Was that place out of where Cece lives in Tennessee. I ordered from them too, I think, last year. Knoxville. And they had them and they were pretty cheap. Okay, so we got some pink ones, a pink one. I think we'll put a pink one up here. I thought I seen on Facebook, somebody said Walmart had them. Now I was at my Walmart didn't have them. Because I was just there the other day buying stuff for my trip, and I buzzed through there. Or maybe it was the dollar store they said had them. Does dollar store have them? And then we're going to put one over here. I don't know. No, dollar store doesn't have them? Then it must have been Walmart that I seen that. I'm doing the same with all of these. I'm just like wrapping them in here around the tie. Okay. All right, now I do have a couple of these. These are also from these are from my Cracker Barrel. But they were, I think it was 3 years. It's been 3 years since I have I don't know if I like that there. I should put that over there and put that up there. Yeah, that shouldn't be there, right? Yep. Oh, wait. Okay. Now I have this pick. This pick this is one that I stole off the store, off the tree. And I was really grateful that all the ladies were in the instruction part because I really love this. The only thing I don't like about it has this brown thing, but I didn't care. So there's 3 of them on there, and I got 3 pieces. And I'm going to fit this in there. And I don't want to go beyond, I don't want it to extend out further than what my wreath is. Okay? I'm trying to make smaller wreaths. So let's stick this in there. But I do love this. I was like over on the side of this tree, like pulling things out. I know when those ladies are done, they were going to go, why is that one side all bald? Because they didn't have any more of them. So I want this to go that way, and I'm kind of going to cock it a little bit so that I'm sticking it down in between the wreath, the mesh, to grab hold of it. I might like squeeze it so it'll hold it in there. Get it between there. And some of them have balls and some of them don't. I hate it when they have this stuff wrapped around it because I find that stuff all just comes apart. See if I can get that in there without. I don't understand. This glue's probably old. I probably need to change it. I'm going to stick that down in there. I just love this. If I could have ripped off more of them without anybody seeing me, I would have probably took them all. And I think these were, they were pricey. These were $12.99, but I got 35% off. I'm just gluing them in there. And let's see this one come out here. I'm bending it over so that it catches this. probably have to anchor this in a little bit better. I don't think I got it in there quite like I wanted. After I'll fool around with it. I think I need to put some mesh right on top of here so this doesn't, it's like it's popping in and I don't want it to pop in. And how I'll do that is I'll take a piece of mesh and I'll put it underneath it. I'll reconnect it so that it doesn't, to me it's like it's caving in a little bit and I don't like that. Okay, so now we got that one there. So this is Glenhaven, and I know that you can get, some people carry this, either Jams carries it. I haven't seen this piece there, but I know that a lot of people carry, and I know that a lot of people carry that brand. This is hard. Cut this piece down just a little bit. And what I like about this is because you can just drape it however you want it, you know. I'm going to secure this a little bit better here on top of this mesh. Yeah, I don't know about this. I'm going to secure this a little bit more because it's just like wound around with the bind wire. Let me see where I want to put this. I want to cut this down more. So I have to go like that. It's all going to come apart now. And I'm going to glue this together. Actually, what I'll do is I'm going to put this in first and then I'll stick the other one in there. I'll stick it right on top of it. See if I can't run this down more. Run it down more on your piece when they're long like this and you want it to dangle wangle down, you know, you want it so it's secure. I'm going to stick it in here. I'm bending it a little bit so it drapes down. And then I'll take this and set it, glue it on top of there because it came apart. I don't know where my stuff's at. To wind it back in. Don't you love this stuff? I don't know what it is about it, but I really like it. I like it. So now we got this piece. So let me see. I want this to be in. Let's bend that a little bit. And stick it. Yeah. I'm gonna bend this, curve it, so when I stick it in there, it's doesn't stick out further than the reef. we're going to stick it down in here, if I can get it in here, without sloshing this everywhere. And bend those balls that are with it. It does really sparkle, doesn't it? Yeah, this stuff right here, this stuff is like, there's glitter everywhere. That one I think I want in more. If I can stick it down just a little bit more. Kind of hard. You have to be, because of I got all those light wires in there. And you know, sometimes, you know, people, it just is their preference. Most of my customers that I have, I sell a lot, they're always with lights. And then we're going to put one down through here. Yeah. Might take this off and then put it down. Put it down here, you know, like you, because the ribbons are going to kind of cover it. So I want these to be able to see, and then I'll glue that into there. I'm going to just curl that a little bit so I can kind of wrap it around everything, because what they did is they have bond wire on there, and that's how they've hooked all that on there, which to me is not that secure. That's the way it's made. Yeah, this has got, that's got, this bow has got to come out a little bit. All right, now let's see what we got. Well, I will readjust that after I am done. Look at this, isn't this cute? Aren't these really cute? I got these there too. Aren't these cute? I know, aren't these adorable? Now these are $11.99, but of course then I got them 35% off. It's white, and it's got little white with little gold balls, and you know when you stick it in it, you can either push it out. Aren't these? I just love these two. Okay, I think I'm going to put a couple more jewels in, because I should have put this here and my box here, you know, but I didn't. And it's glued in now, so I can't change it. I would like to. But then that would really mess everything up. And maybe I might after, because it would get a little bit messy, and I don't think you guys really want to sit around and watch me do that. Nope, I don't like that there either. Okay, we're not going to put that in there. But I'm going to see, I'm going to put some of the, I was going to put this stuff in there, but I don't know. Let me just see. This is another pick I got from Gem Design, and I don't remember what it was, but I do have a thing somewhere around here. Yeah, I kind of like that. many does that have? That has 4, so it does have, it is the same one. Some of these are cut different. Get the shorter ones. Some of these are shorter. That one's a long one. I like the shorter ones. This one is a shorter one. I do like this. I do like these, that they've come out with these, like evergreens in all the different colors. I really do like that. I don't know if I'm going to use any other ribbon in this because I want it to be about to bow. And I think I'm going to change this out. I'm going to change this out and put it here, and then I'm going to put the boxes in. But I'll do that before I show you a picture of it. But this is more or less what we're going to have. And I'm probably going to make my tails just a little bit longer. And I'm going to push out that bow. But I really like it. I think it's really pretty. It's elegant. And I like it. I hope you guys enjoyed it. And thank you all for being here. And I'll show you the end of the product after I change that out, because I'm going to have to probably, I'll end up cutting the mesh here where I'm going to put the boxes over here and there, and then I'll move these up in through there and pull that bow out. Okay? I hope you guys enjoyed this. I hope you learned something. If you have any questions, let me know. And I won't probably see you until next month because I'm leaving on Thursday. And I'll be gone for a couple weeks. So I hope you all have a happy Thanksgiving, and I will see you after Thanksgiving. Bye.